Hi, my name is Elisheva Shimanoff,
Hi, my name is Rifki Horowitz.
and today we will be talking about our research topic. It's called Republican Motherhood. During the time of the American Revolution, there were lots of changes happening in society, including the role of women. Women's roles were advancing towards the idea of women being a key role in society that went beyond taking care of the household and the children. The term Republican motherhood was coined during the American Revolution. It was believed that in order for a republic to succeed, the citizens would have to be virtuous. Therefore, since the primary caretakers were women, specifically mothers, they were schooled in virtues so they could instill these Republican values in their children to make them these perfect citizens. The term Republican motherhood was rooted from the ideas of the Enlightenment. During the Enlightenment period, which began during the early 1700s, advanced thinkers began to reject the long-standing idea that men were superior to women. As a result, education for women was now more widely accepted. Men now encouraged women to seek an education to learn the virtues so they could pass them on to their children while they were at work.
Two key philosophers who influenced and portrayed the ideas of Republican motherhood are Abigail Adams and John Locke. John Locke, who is an Enlightenment thinker, he believed that men and women should have equal roles. Locke's ideas helped spread an appreciation for the value of women and how they are influential in society. So his ideas are what further became the roots of Republican motherhood, and his concept allowed the authorization of women to receive an education and to pass these virtues to their children so that their children can be the next generation of perfect citizens and to be educated.
So therefore, Locke's ideas encouraged women and gave them this authorization in order for them to pass these virtues, in order for them to be schooled, in order to go and pass these virtues on to their children.
So as a result, women had a special role in teaching their children, and they had to give up their needs of just being in the household and getting educated to make their children become leaders in the next generation and not just women that are serving in the homes to their husbands, to be something bigger than being in the household. And this became the foundation of what Republican motherhood is really about. And during the American Revolution, Abigail Adams was a very, very important figure to women because she gave women voices and said women deserve education. They don't deserve just to be in the house serving their husbands and serving their children. They deserve to instill values beyond their home to their children, and she really advocated for women to be educated and have equal rights in the new code of laws.
The relationship between two key influencers are shown in early U.S. history between Melania Trump and Abigail Adams. Abigail Adams was the first lady, wife of President John Adams during the American Revolution.
Melania Trump, she was the first lady, the wife of President Donald Trump, and she is the current first lady today.
Abigail Adams was the first lady who initially advocated for women to be educated and have equal rights.
Melania, also the first lady who continues to advocate and empower women in their fight for equality.
Abigail Adams said, "Remember the ladies." She wrote this to her husband, President John Adams, saying that he should remember the ladies in the new code of laws.
Melania Trump also wrote a quote, "The fearlessness with which these women fight for equality and freedom in places far from the safety to their own homes is remarkable." Melania was at an event, and it really honors courageous women who advocate for women's rights in this world. And she really expressed the idea of women's roles in society and how women, should raise their voices and fight for what they believe in.
Abigail Adams was advocating the idea that women should instill values in their children because they are the next generation, and therefore they have to be educated for what comes to them in life. So too,
Melania also had those same ideas. She said that they should be mindful to trust in themselves and their own emotions, said Trump. She also added that I believe we should strive to provide kids with the tools they need to cultivate their social and emotional health, which ties into Abigail Adams, who really believes in women instilling values in their children to be perfect citizens for the next generation to come. And Melania believes that we need to give our children the tools to succeed and to be our future leading generation.
Abigail was very involved in the political issues between the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. She had a very strong opinion about the current events during that time. This shows that Abigail Adams stuck with her husband, showing that she felt that, yes, she will fight for women and she will try to talk for them in the new code of laws, but it shows that she's still stuck with her husband in the political events that were happening. And this is different than Melania Trump because
Melania Trump was not involved in the political issues with her husband when he first became president. She was the first lady to not move into the White House on Inauguration Day, which shows that she expressed her own values. She did not stick with her husband, and she showed, like, I do not have to, be with President Trump when he moves in because I want to fight for what I believe in, and I keep to my own values.
She also believed that she could just stay with her, be as an individual herself. She doesn't have to be attached to her husband like this. She doesn't have to be with him throughout everything he does. Republican motherhood is still being shown these days and being spread in current events by key influencers like Melania and Ivanka Trump. They go and visit Saudi Arabia in an all-women's business center to address women and human rights, since Saudi Arabia is ranked as the 10th worst in the world for political and civil rights.
So women are very limited to having rights due to the Sharia laws, which are the Islamic beliefs, and that really affected women there. And Saudi Arabian women are really controlled by their husbands. They can't walk outside by themselves. They can't do anything without either a son or their husband, which is really restricting for the women. And their rights are very limited, which is why Melania, alongside Ivanka, wants to make a change for these women. She wants to raise a voice to say, like, no, you can pursue whatever business or whatever dream job you want. You do not have to be slaves to your husband. She really stressed the importance of empowerment and raising your voice. She chose not to cover her hair, even though women in Saudi Arabia do that, because she's her own person. No man can tell her, you have to do this. But she said, no, I'm a woman, and I can do basically what I want to do because that's what I believe in. And this can be looked at as her rebelling against the male-dominant law, and that looks to be completely controlled by women and not give them choices. So really what she's saying is that, yes, I'm in Saudi Arabia and women are controlled by their husbands, but I am not going to let that happen. Just because I'm in a country that women do not have rights does not mean that I have to follow along with everybody else. I can show what women's voice really means to me and how I want to portray it into a country they don't allow women to speak up.
Rights mean to you?
It means I get to do what I want and have a fantastic job where I get to help people every day.
What do women's rights mean to you?
It means that women should be respected, they should be looked up to, and people should know that they have a huge value in life.
What do women's rights mean to you?
I think women's rights are very important to me because I feel like they should be represented.
Yeah.
And we saw what happened before whenever they didn't, like back in history, how whenever they weren't represented, it was a very bad time for them. So yeah, women should be represented.
I think that women are really important. They're really important to our society, and they have jobs. They're crucial to our
What
existence.
do women's rights mean to you?
So I believe in equality and women matter, right?
Why do women's rights matter to you? Why are women's rights important to you?
I mean, everyone's rights are important. You know, women's rights, men's rights, children's rights, everyone should be treated as equal as best as we can.